In an announcement made on Twitter, police reported the seizure of nearly 9,000 e-scooters and bikes in the first half of this year for disregarding rules.
So 4,172 vehicles and motorcycles were also seized during the first half of this year for various reasons, including unauthorized car modifications, modifications to increase engine speed, and modifications to disturb other residences and inconvenience other road users.
So the team are clearly hard at work. There are deaths on the road. We this week just witnessed a tragedy that came 2 lives. So controlling traffic and enhancing public safety on the roads in order to achieve the strategic directions in reducing traffic accidents and basically reduce the death index per 100,000 population is the top police priority.
So if your bike is seized, it's confiscated for 30 days, and it might be seized for a number of reasons. You cannot be on the road with a speed limit of more than 60 kilometers per hour. You also can't be on jogging or running tracks. You can't carry another person unless there's a seat, and you must be wearing correct protective gear at all times.
So there you go. That's just a quick recap of the rules for e-scooters and bikes that you may not have been aware of. I do quite regularly see scooters on roads that they should not be on.
Yeah.
We go production city, sometimes is it Al Khail, and then near Springs, and there's scooters. There goes my geography. There's scooters on those roads that there's no tracks, and it can be quite dangerous, especially when sometimes you see them kind of veering on towards the main roads, and you're thinking,
hey buddy, that's not what this is about. Like it's super dangerous at the end of the day, because like obviously they're going at a certain speed, you're going at a certain speed at the same time, and like it's just the safety of it all. I feel like when you're on a motorcycle or a scooter, like you have like more leniency with the vehicle, so you think that you might be doing something that you can or you can get away with, but in all reality, like my uncle once said this to me, when you're in a car, there are 8 different probabilities that can impact anything that can happen, you know? There's 8 different angles that you should be aware of. And on a scooter or in a car, you're not necessarily aware of it. Like you might be looking front, behind, side, but there's more that goes into it. It's not just you might be the best driver in the world and think you can get away with something, but the driver in front of you or behind you might be the worst driver ever. And that's where the tricky situations come in. Or
the cyclists, and exactly, and there are basically consequences for not being aware of something. And in March, it was announced that there would be stricter penalties for road users and also bike users, e-scooter users, because, as we said before, they are trying to reduce the number of deaths on roads. Like at the end of the day, safety is most important. So they are being stricter with these rules, making sure that people are wearing protective gear and making sure that you're on the right roads that you're meant to be on. You can't have 2 people on a bike, and also kids below the age of 12 must be accompanied by someone over the age of 18. And if you disregard the rules, your bike will be confiscated for 30 days. Then there will also be fines, and then you'll get it back. And if you continue to do so, it will be taken from you.